Hi guys, my name is Kiera and here on this channel I go by Hobonichi, and today we're in my Hobonichi cousin, my baby, my pride and joy. This is the week that we are currently in, and this happens to be like one of my favorite weekly spreads of all time. I just really like how fun it is by enclosing the plans in to this like border that I made. Of course, there's a video up on this if you want to take a look-see. I do want to make a quick apology if I sound disgusting. Your girl is sick. Yay for summer colds. So I'm sorry. I'm sweating like I was gonna say something that was inappropriate, so let me just shut up. But I'm very sweaty right now because of this cold, and I'm ready to go back to bed. But I do want to get this up, not only for you guys, but for me. I still have things to do. I am a mom and life goes on, sick or not sick. So I still want to get my planner set up for this week. Let's go ahead and fill out some plans here, or at least do this here. Physical, I really dropped off on my physical goals because I got sick. So we'll just be honest and give myself one. Personal goals, working on some things in the background here, but could be doing more. Social, I was pretty social, which I think was the cause of this. Because one of y'all gave this to me. I usually stay in the house, so it was one of y'all. And then mental, oh yeah, I wasn't feeling my best because obviously I got sick. And then financial, could be doing better. Could be doing better. We'll see if I can get the rest of my checklist done before Sunday ends. But yeah, this is the spread. I love it and I'm happy with it. So let's move on to the week that we'll actually be decorating, which is July 21st through the 27th. I'll be using these stickers from Ocean Views by Aesthetic Plans. This is volume 1. She does have a volume 2 out, and I'm going to speak in existence. When she comes out with volume 3, there will be sharks in there. Somebody let her know. It's okay to include the sharks. They are fish friends too. But yeah, as you may or may not know, Aesthetic Plans, her sticker books are like divided into themes. I'll be using this set here, which is this gorgeous, 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 like stained glass theme. Oh, it is so vivid and so bright and beautiful. And here's another page from this set. And we have some stained glass here on clear, which is perfect because then you can layer some more stained glass with some bubbles. Some boxes of varying sizes. I basically cleared out this page, but there are some bullet points here. And then you have these like, what are these called again? Why do they always, I always forget them. Clusters. Some clusters here. I'll probably be using that this week because you can really get the spread quickly done just by placing down some clusters. And then as you can see, the next page we're moving to a different theme, but I'm not using that theme. We'll stay with this theme. And for my dates, I'll be using the Stick with Kate dates that I have. Again, they're not meant for the Hobonichi cousin, but like I always tell you, I just use what stickers I like. I don't care what they're meant for. With these, I just cut them to the size that I need. And the height of these bars, they do match the Hobonichi cousin quite well. So I do think they're pretty perfect for them. And then let's turn to that page so you guys can see the stickers again. This beautiful page. With this, I have been doing this thing called sticker stones, where I just take some stones from my rock garden and I match with basically the theme that we got going for this week. So these are the stones that I chose for this week. Let's go into them. Of course, I had to use my little turtle friend. Is he not the cutest? Well, they always try to slip out of my hand. Where are you going? But yeah, the coloring is perfect. Matches with what we got going here. There we go. Matches with what we got going here. And obviously there are turtles, so I thought he'd be perfect. We got this blue stone here. So pretty. Matches well with like the rich blues that we have in this kit. Then we have this here. I love the shape of this one. I love the color of this one. This orange mixed with reds. Perfect for like the coral that we see here. Then we have this flashy stone. Hold on, I saw a rainbow. Let me see if I can bring it back. Can you see the rainbows that are in here? Maybe it's something that you have to see in person, but there are like rainbow shifts. And it's just so pretty. It really is. I'm so happy that I decided to share my rock garden collection with you guys. And then of course, we did have to bring in a labradorite. I can never say that word correctly, but crystal collectors know exactly what stone I'm talking about. But look how flashy it is. That is gorgeous. And then even on the back, look at that. I'm not doing anything. I'm just, rocking the stone back and forth. And it just has this beautiful flash. I do have some with like orange flashes as well, but I really love the blue in this one. Hold on, where'd you go? There it is. So I thought that flashiness matched with like the coloration here. Whoops. But anyways, those are the stones for this week. I think they match perfectly with this kit. And now I'm going to fast forward and get to working on this. And probably take a very long hot bath and probably go right back to sleep and try to feel better before Monday comes along and I have to go back to work. All right, let's do it. All right, now that we have completely yapped your ear off for about 7 minutes that had nothing to do with planning this kit, we can actually get to planning with this kit. Sorry about that. I got distracted by the beauty of the rocks. I know, they're just fancy rocks, but they make me happy. But anyways, as per usual, we're always going to start with the date covers. If I plan on using date covers, there are some weeks every blue moon I choose not to cover them up. It's not very often, but every once in a while I do let them just hang out and be who they are up there. So it's fine. This week we are using this Stick with Kate stickers, and again, not meant for the Hobonichi cousin, but they fit so doggone well up there. So I like to have them around. Might need to actually pick up some more. I'm starting to run low, but I am going to use this white jelly roll pen to mark my dates. You saw me flip back just because for some reason I didn't trust my calendar that's on the left hand sidebar. It clearly shows you the dates, and I did look at that, but then I'm like, I don't know, so I flipped back just to make sure I was dating it correctly. The white jelly roll pen works well for there. And as much as I love these stained glass stickers, they're huge. Like, I don't want to use those right now on the weekly section because they would take up all space for plans. So I am going to save the big ones for my daily section. If you're new here, hi, how are you? I do use the same stickers that I used in my weekly section in my daily section. And I already know I kind of want to do like this whole Dutch door situation. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So we'll use the bigger stickers for my daily section. But for now, I am going to use these stickers here, which are also big. They are clusters. They have some boxes as well as some decoration. And you can see we have the orca in one and a jellyfish in another. And they're just really pretty and very vibrant. They make me happy. I love looking at them. I think that this would be a really pretty kit to use for a blackout spread. Oh my goodness, this would be like a chef's kiss in a blackout spread because it's already having a lot of like vibrant colors and then it does have a lot of black on it as well. So I think this would pop really nicely if you already have like either a journal that uses black paper or if you get some scrapbook paper to make that. So that's just some ideas there, but I could definitely see that coming together really nicely with these stickers. I wanted to bring in some more black, so I did take these straight columns here and add them to the spread just because they had the black in them. So that's why I brought them in. I did take up a little bit more space than I wanted to on my sidebar, but that's fine. We'll still figure out how we can get everything that we need incorporated on this spread, you know? Sometimes they just take a little bit more thinking. Do I decorate first, plan second? Yes, I'm guilty about that. I am very guilty of doing that because I just like to have pretty pages that entice me to actually plan. So I often will lay down my stickers first without thinking, oh, I might need to make sure I have enough space to write some plans down. Um, but typically, I just, kind of work with what is already laid on the page, which always tends to excite me, to be honest, to want to use the planner more just because um, each week is basically different because I let the stickers tell me where to place them. They go down on the page. Then I have to figure out how I'm going to plan based off how I already put the stickers down. So it kind of, I don't know, it's like a mini adventure every week. And it's not as complicated as I'm making it sound. You know, you decorate it and then you find a new way to write down your plans in it. And then you accomplish those plans. And it's as simple as that. But yeah, that's basically it. I do take this gorgeous washi. I don't even know what this is supposed to be, but it's very pretty. I guess more of that stained glass effect. And I lay that at the bottom. I did cover up some stickers um, that I put down before I put down that washi, but I still like how that looks, so I'm not mad at it. And I am going to pick up some of this stained glass that you see here, and we're going to add that to the washi just because I feel like the washi is very pretty, but I don't know, it's missing some of the same elements that the stained glass had. So I just add some more on top of it, and now I feel like it's a little bit more incorporated. Hopefully that makes sense as to my reasoning. But I am going to take this highlighter and use it to mark my steps. I did not meet my step goals for like 2 or 3 days in a row just because I was sick and I basically slept my life away. I had to, though. It was for the greater good. I had to better out for the greater good. I was not feeling well, and I'm still not feeling well. So, yeah, that's why I did not reach my steps. I did not reach my exercise goals. I did not really do anything but sleep, and it is what it is. I am making some wobbly boxes here. Feel free to break out the ruler if you don't like the wobbly boxes. I like the wobbly boxes, so I'm fine with them being wobbly. If you don't like that, I get it. But just break out the ruler. I'll be using this to mark what I eat for that day. So nothing special. That'll be incorporated here. And then I'll also be going in with the highlighter again and marking like a little square, like a little checkbox. And that will be for some YouTube videos that I can hopefully get up, which I'm so behind, even though like I'm getting my weekly section and daily section up still. It's like I'm still not getting up all the other videos I have planned up because I did take that mini vacation and then I got sick, and it's like I keep getting my schedule pushed behind, and I do not like that. But I am going to try to get it up, get out there. Oh, wait, the check boxes, see, I need to go back to bed. The check boxes are not even for my YouTube videos, they are actually for my exercise for that day. The bullet points, here we go. These bullet points that I'm putting up, these are for my YouTube videos. There we go. You know, I get it together every once in a while. I get myself together. But yeah, so hopefully I can get at minimum these 4 videos that I have planned up this week so I can catch back up to the schedule that I had planned inside my brain. So that would be nice. As you can see, there's no room in the sidebar for anything. What was I thinking? But it's okay. I am going to use what little space I do have for my goals tracker. Um, yeah, I think that that's more than enough space to make my little bar graph here showing how I felt I progressed with my goals. So we'll add that here. And then I will put my mood tracker. You guys know that's my baby. It has to go somewhere on the spread. That gets added onto the spread as well. I do wind up putting that on the bottom of Wednesday just because there's a lot of space on Wednesday, and I'm not going to use that much space for like my to-dos, to be honest. So if I'm not going to use up all that space for like what I need to do that day, then it only makes sense that I use all of that remaining space to basically show what I or how I felt for that week. Does that make sense? Because it's look, you see all that space on Wednesday? I'm not going to do that much crap on Wednesday. I'm not doing it. You know, I just am starting to feel a little bit better. That doesn't mean I'm going to, you know, get myself sick again by doing the most. So that's more than enough space. I can just use the rest of the space to write down my mood tracker. So it's going here just because there's space here. Note to self, try not to make a mess of my sidebar. I know now. But here is my planner all filled out. As you can see, I have my steps written in, my boxes for what I ate, my blue bullet journal. What are they called? They're not bullet journals. Blue. I need to go to bed. Blue dots, bullet points. There we go. Blue bullet points for what I plan to put for YouTube. I did add this box for one of my son's appointments. And then, yeah, that's basically everything. Um, I I'm ready for bed, but I am excited to use this spread. And I'm even more excited for the daily section because I already have an idea of how I plan to use these stickers in the daily section. So if you're excited for that, make sure you be on the lookout for that. But that's it for this video. Please like the video if you like the video, dislike the video if you dislike the video. It's whatever, bro. I hope you stay safe and you stay creative, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.